Hello, everybody, and welcome back to It's Samira Interviews. I'm Samira, and today I have with me Karam.
Hi. Hello.
So, is it okay if I call you Karam, or can I do Karam because you know the Arab
Karam.
accent?
Uh, I pronounce it Karam actually, and but you can call me Karam if that's what you prefer. I mean, that's how you really pronounce it. So,
Yeah, the Arabic dialect.
yes, yeah.
So, have you ever been to Lebanon?
No, I'm sure you know it's pretty like rough over there, especially I think before we started recording, I told you my parents are from Beirut. So it's a mess over there right now, and I just never had a chance to go. I hope I do, but it's not looking like it's the safest place to go right now. So,
Yeah,
but
totally
yeah, have you?
understandable. Yeah, I've been there three times. I went once when I was little, and I went in 2017 and 2018.
Oh, lucky you. It's beautiful there, isn't it?
Very beautiful. There's nothing
Yeah.
like it.
I hope one day. So,
Do you have a lot of family over there?
yes, all my family is over there. I've only met like a handful of my family members. I think about like three or four. So I never met my grandparents or anything or any cousins really. So I hope one day I have the opportunity to. So I not to be depressing about it, just that's life, and so yeah, a lot over there, but and not too much over here, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's
So I heard you listen to a lot of types of music. Is Arabic one of them?
okay. No, there's a more like famous singer, Raghib Aleme, if you know him at all. Um, he's just my relative, so that's all what I listen to. But that's
Oh
it.
my
No, not
gosh.
really my thing.
Oh, so you're not into like all the dupki, none of that stuff.
I'll do it when the time's right, when there's like a dope wedding or something, because we go hard. But but that's about it. No.
I noticed you posted the other day on your Twitter about your ethnicity and how it's a big part of, your life and your character. So what made you want to add that into your character?
It was more of like a statement so like when everyone like puts the Hatuagal and everything, it all of a sudden we think like anti-American or terrorist. And what I was just trying to say is that like it doesn't matter. Like I'm American, and like every that's what makes people. That's what makes America is like all those different people and everything like that. It gets so detailed, and I can go on and on about it, but I just think there's a stigma in wrestling, and I don't really put it into my character. It was just kind of like a statement, like, hey, no matter like what we are, we're just all American too, and no matter what we wear or how we showcase our ethnicity doesn't make us any less American.
Yeah, because I noticed some of your Instagram posts you write in Arabic, and I noticed it was on your gear. So I was like, I think that's really
Yes,
cool that you do add that in.
right. It doesn't. And I'm just, I'm born in like Dearborn, like 15 minutes from Detroit, but I'm proud of like that I'm Lebanese. I'm proud of my ethnicity, and I want to embrace that in some way and ruin that, like, or crush that stigma that if you're not, the typical all American, that you're not American, and just get rid of all that.
So has anybody like criticized you or told you to change because of it?
I've been told to like use my ethnicity in a certain way before, like to be a bad guy, or he like don't get me wrong, like I'm usually the bad guy, but it's not because I'm Arab. It's just because of who I am. Like it's just how I carry myself. So yeah, I have gotten that, and it's not cool, but over the time, I think I've showcased that I'm more than that. So, and now the business is changing too, and and a good for the good. So, but yeah.
So I saw on another interview that you did before that you come from like a theater background. So did you do that like in school and like what made you want to do theater?
Oh yeah. So yeah, I grew up around it. My brother did it first, and then it's funny because I just did it when I was young to annoy him. So, but then it turned out that, you know, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being on stage and entertaining people. And I grew up, I'd done 8 years of it. I'd done cool parts like, you know, I was Danny Zuko in Grease. I was Tin Man in Wizard of Oz, Link Larkin in Hairspray. I got a lot of cool opportunities in that sense. And I wanted to get into acting before, but then you know, it changed, and wrestling is like the ultimate form of theater, so I don't think I ever stopped. So yeah, I've been around it all my life. I love to entertain people, and you know, I'm guilty of liking the attention. So it's all yeah, I love it.
So now, as we're talking about, you know, changing it over to wrestling, what match were you looking forward to the most before the pandemic hit?
Oh, before the pandemic hit, what was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to me and my tag partner Rohit Raju, or you can call him Hakeem Zayn, whichever. Or we were going to have a tag match prior to the pandemic with AR Fox and Myron Reed, and I thought that was going to be really fun, but unfortunately, it didn't happen because of COVID. But now uh, pretty soon at Glory Pro, you could see me and Myron Reed tear it up pretty soon. So at least I'm getting the opportunity with half of them.
So I see a lot on your social media that you're posting about you're going to be busy with a lot of shows, and I was wondering, you know, you're making a lot of new debuts. What wrestling promotions are you hoping to work with this year?
This year, you know, I worked at the collective. That was the 24-hour show, and that was technically ran by GCW. I hope to maybe really debut there specifically this year. You know, we spoke a little bit, and you know, it seems cool. But maybe when the time's right, that will happen. So GCW would be great. Limitless, you know, oh my gosh, I would love to be there. You know, I probably those would be the top two. You know, unfortunately, I was like blessed to be a part of Evolve, just breaking in like when I was 6 months in the business, and unfortunately that went away. So it's just really trying to just get that type of buzz again in a show, being at a show that has that. And I'm happy to be at AAW, you know, where they have that, and the following is awesome. So just wherever I could showcase myself the best of my ability, you know.
Speaking of AAW, they're having a show next Saturday night, which you'll be a part of. So how excited are you to go back into AAW?
Oh, I'm pumped. That's you know, I said it before in one other interview, but I'll definitely say it again. Is that I love AAW because I'm green. I'm only like 2 years in the business, but they see someone who's green and they take him and they teach him, and you know, they believe in me and they allow me to make mistakes and they allow me to grow. And I think any promotion, and you don't see a lot of that in the indies, I think any promotion that could take raw talent and make them into a star in the indies is the top promotion. So to me, I'm a part of the top promotion in the States, and I'm real happy and blessed to be a part of that. So I'm psyched.
So you and Hakeem Zayn, what tag team you guys hope to face in this upcoming year?
Oh man, you know, there was another thing we were looking forward to, and it wasn't because of COVID, but the besties, we were supposed to go against them at the collective. One of them was hurt at work, so it never happened. I definitely want to go against the besties. Man, there is so much. That's the first one that comes to mind. And then there's also like the Regal twins. I don't know if you're familiar with them or not. They do some cool stuff with New Japan. They're great dudes. I'd love to work with them. Um, FTR one day maybe, but there's even also like local people who I'd like to work with. Like I'm from like the Detroit area, and there's a lot of hidden gems. Like there's I think someone called the Death Threat Army, and I think they are the Death Threat Army. And Tommy Vendetta, Aaron Orion, those guys. Look into them. Definitely give them. I would love to work with them too. So so many. So whoever's worthy. How about that? So that I will go with that.
Now we've been seeing Hakeem Zayn on Impact Wrestling. Could we possibly see you joining him soon?
No, they got they got the other dude. Shira. I don't know. I've never been contacted by them. I see some similarities in what they're doing, and that's cool. But I don't think you'll see me there with Hakeem. If that's going to squash any rumors, I apologize, but I don't think you'll see me there with Hakeem or Rohit. If there a future there with me just being there, maybe. I've trained at Scott Demore's school for a couple months or so, and you know, I haven't really gotten too deep conversation. So not to get too deep into it. No, I don't think you'll see me there soon, but we'll see.
So we're heading into April now. We're getting to Mania week, and so much stuff is happening for you. Who by the end of 2021 would you hope to wrestle with?
Man, if I can have an opportunity with Josh Alexander, I think that would be the most awesome learning experience with physicality and just how a match should go. I'd hope to have a match with him because I think he's like top dog. You know what I mean? Like that's the guy who you want to replicate for sure. And then when it comes to intensity, just everything, storytelling, everything. It's just when you're actually one of the to get sorry if I'm getting sidetracked. I'm all scatterbrained, but one of the first indie match that I ever watched was Josh Alexander and Michael Elgin, and I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I could do this, So he's the guy that's just like, okay, if I'm on that level, I know I made it. So definitely him.
So I always like to ask these two questions to my guests before I get into my fun question. Do you have any crazy story times from shows or on the road at all? Do you have anything?
Man, crazy ones. You know what? Like being my friend group, the people who I hang around with, like Jake something, Hakeem, and there's Loren Jones and Xavier Walker, who's been killing it and debuting in Missouri and all that. We just kind of we're boring guys, and we don't do too much of the crazy stuff. When we go out, like there's like some like some certain moments that maybe I could tell you off the recording and all that stuff. But other than that, no, not really. We're boring. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So,
Yeah.
where do you see yourself in the next year?
Um, man, I don't. With COVID and everything, it's really hard to really say. You have to take it one day at a time because right now opportunities are just kind of like randomly coming, and you're seeing a lot of people getting signed, and you're seeing the indies just kind of starting over slowly just building people. So I don't know, I think I have a lot to prove in the indies still, and I'm not in a rush to get anywhere specific, so I'm just kind of enjoying the ride and building my craft. I have a lot of work to do before I think anything in the bigger picture. So hopefully I'm still hopefully I'm just taking a couple steps forward the next time we speak.
So, I like to ask everybody a fun question, and like
Okay.
specifically, usually tailored to them. I was going to ask you about Dufty, but we kind of already touched in the beginning of the interview. So, do you have a favorite, Arabic food or Arabic word? I know Alicia and I touched on that. She knows only curse words, though.
Oh. um yeah, I like kusa is like my favorite food, like stuffed zucchini. Kusa, uh man, yeah, that's my favorite. I can eat that like every day. My favorite dessert's like kanafe. I love that. Oh man, I'm probably gonna drive back to Dearborn so I can get that now. My favorite words, I only speak a little bit of Arabic, so there's definitely a lot of fun swearing we can do with our language. But I like my name, Karam. It means generosity, and I'm happy with that. We'll go with that. Easy answer.
Now, there's a place up in Michigan, I think it's in Dearborn. They sell like a lot of pastries. I forget what the name of the place is
Chatila.
called. I think it might be that. Cause
I think I hope I'm not. I think it's Chatila. It's the big one in Dearborn. Yeah, I think it's Chatila. If I'm wrong, I will tell you later. But yeah, it's a giant pastry store, and I know. Yeah, I've been going to that like all my life. I didn't know it was like so popular that you're hearing it you're from Pennsylvania, right? Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy. I didn't know it was like that popular.
Yeah, I know there's a place, I think it's that one where they ship like, I don't know if it's worldwide or just in the
They ship
country.
it.
They
Yeah.
ship, and we actually got some for my brother's graduation party like a couple years ago, and a lot of people like to order from them. So I think that's the place.
Oh yeah, that is. Yeah, that's crazy. I seriously didn't know it was that was that much of a thing. Cool. Yeah, I used to like 5 minutes from it.
Oh my God, that you must have gone like every single day. I know I would.
I love like our ice cream, and so it's like tastes different. I don't know like how they make it, or like Middle Eastern ice cream, or if it's Lebanese ice cream. I don't know. Like, but it just you know what I'm talking about. It has
Yeah.
like the pistachios in it and stuff
Yeah,
like
like they
that.
make a bitlewe flavored because when I went to Lebanon, there was a bitlewe flavor and it was just so good.
Oh, we should do a podcast next time. We're just talking about this kind of stuff. You'll get to know me way more better in that sense. I feel like I'm so boring when I talk about wrestling. So we talk about this. I'm like, oh yeah, you know this, that, that's cool. So
All the Arab stuff, like I'm sure we could keep going on and on and on.
yeah, for sure. We could talk like for 2 hours.
So I want to thank you for coming on with me today. Here's your chance to tell everybody where they can find you on social media and where you'll be coming up to next.
Oh yeah, so you could. Well, we already said you can see me on AAW April 3rd. That's going to be the one coming up. Definitely check that out. You could. They're streaming it through Twitch for free. The first, I don't know however long, but I know on Twitch you can watch some of it for free, and then you can watch the whole show on the Fight TV app, and get the whole iPay-per-view. You can find me on Twitter at Karam Pro _, and then on Instagram it's just my full name, Karam Alami, and then that's I don't got a Facebook. I don't deal with that.
Well, everybody, you could find Karam below. It's in the description below, as well as all my social media. Karam, thanks again so much for coming on with me today.
Oh, it was my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you. I know I ramble a lot, so thanks for dealing with me.
Thank you, everybody, for checking this out.